And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show, Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Realty. We've got Martin Gramatica back in studio with us, Clearview Imaging Center. We'll talk with him about the health and his business there as well. Also, Raise the Flag 50-year Buccaneers. What do they call that, Martin? What was that, a 50-year celebration?
It's a documentary, yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, Raise the Flag. I mean, it was actually awesome, really well done. You know,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, 10 episodes. It was a lot of fun. That
was neat. And you were in that. You had a couple cameos in there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They interviewed a lot of players. I'm like, I hope I make it. You know, they interview you and then sometimes never use it. But but it was cool to see it. Yeah,
well, they nice had to get Gramatica in there. Come on.
Yeah, I know. You never know though. But no, it was cool to see. Watch it with my kids too. It was pretty
exactly.
Pretty
neat. What a cool legacy thing, man. That's real cool. So we'll talk about that here as well coming up on the program. Also, Florida Doge added again up to $2 billion now of wasteful spending identified by the state CFO Blazing Golia. That's $1.97 billion in wasteful and excessive spending in local governments, and a lot of the different counties. And they haven't even gone to all the counties yet. They haven't even gone to all the municipalities. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Also, a little compare and contrast to New York City's budget versus Florida's budget, and some of the things we're doing here. Also, headline job numbers come in strong. January's job report from the BLS, that's the Bureau of Labor Statistics, showed 130,000 jobs added, more than double the 55,000 expected. The unemployment rate edged down from 4.4 to 4.3%. And you got to remember, too, when these numbers come out, that's also with Florida, with the Doge, the national Doge, eliminating a lot of the government jobs, a lot of the government waste, so many different wasteful jobs that were just replicated, duplicated, things that didn't need to happen. I think it was in excess of 50,000 jobs or so that were cut from the national government. So the economy's doing great despite a lot of that out there as well. We also, on the second half, we've got Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, back in studio with us, as well as Fred DeFelice, Water Science U.S, our water quality expert contributor. So we're going to talk with those two gentlemen here as well. We always like to feature our real estate properties live on air. It's part of a strategy that helps us sell our real estate listings faster for more money with less headaches, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate. We always feature our listings in a way that maximizes the exposure and helps the sellers get the maximum profit. Let's start with 9078 Birmingham Ave. This one's in Weeki Wachee, Florida. This one is 2 acres, gated, private setup there. You got a large lot, beautiful property here. Newer built home. This is a 321, 2452 square feet, almost 2 acres of land. So the further north you get, a general rule in Tampa Bay is the further north you go, the more land you get, the more opportunity to have kind of less HOA activity, things like that. You have this property built in 2004, a lighter color kitchen cabinetry and countertops there, beautiful tile flooring as well. Ceramic, looks like ceramic, not ceramic tile. The flooring is premium type. You have quartz as well on the countertops, metal carports as well. 9078 Birmingham Avenue in Weeki Wachee, Florida. And you also have another listing here at, let's take a look at our 9914 Ala Vista Drive. This is another property. We just did a major price improvement on this one. I think it's right at $900,000 here. So just under $1 million home here at 9914 Ala Vista Drive, Gibsonton, Florida. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1922 square feet. You got an elevated stilt home at the end of a quiet street, large waterfront lot. You are on a canal just off of the Alafaya River with direct Gulf access. You also have covered boat dock, 12,000-pound boat lift, 1,000-pound jet ski lift, solar-powered, metal roof. Great opportunity, 9914 Ala Vista Drive. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com, and you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com. All right, Martin Gramatica back in studio with us. Clearview Imaging. What's new over at Clearview Imaging, my friend?
No, everything's still going good. We're still offering the free heart scan for anybody that's listening to your program. They can give us a call, schedule the heart scan, and then we're obviously going to show them and explain the importance of the full body scan, because that's where we're detecting hundreds of cancers. 90% of the deadliest cancers develop in that mid region, so we're going to explain everything else that we do.
Yeah, that middle reason, man, that early detection, being able to find out, that's such a major. I've got a feel-good story here that kind of came up. The guy said he had a dream about a heart problem. It says, man's dream about having heart attack leads to real-life diagnosis and life-saving surgery. So a 63-year-old man named Jeremy Schwartz had a vivid dream that he died of a heart attack while climbing a mountain he had planned to summit in 2025. Though he was very fit, he felt the dream so urgently he scheduled to get medical tests, which revealed a dangerous aortic aneurysm just days before his trip. He underwent an open heart surgery in London and then recovered well. But you can see he's got his scar there, and so he had such a vivid dream. He said, "I got to go get tested, man."
Maybe he was having a heart attack in his sleep. A lot of times maybe that's what led him to get an early detection. But that's exactly why we do what we do. We capture things before, because the first symptom of a heart attack or heart disease is usually a heart attack. With cancer, is late stage. So if you capture these diseases early, you have a much better chance of surviving it, but more importantly, with good quality of life. Right. At times, not needing the stent or the open heart surgery when it comes to heart disease. And then with cancer, obviously, if you eliminate the chemo and radiation, it's huge. The quality of life, it just changes tremendously. And I think most of us have known somebody or seen somebody that's had either heart disease or cancer, and we always hear that diseases are horrible, but the treatment is equally as bad, if not worse, when it comes to chemo and radiation. So that's why we try to avoid capturing things early. A lot of our patients are avoiding that stuff.
Yeah, it really is terrible that in this country with all this technology we have, that it seems to be the still standard of treatment is to put in these essentially these poisons into our body to kill the tumors or to kill the cancer, and it just really you lose your hair, you go through this significant decline, your energy levels are low, but I guess they've got it tuned into a science now to where it's the best alternative we have still, I guess.
Right. Well, the best alternative is to capture it early,
yeah,
and not the late stage, because we have so many cases where our patients see it, and we see it so early that all it requires is the surgery to eliminate the tumor, but then they're not going to need the chemo and the radiation, because anybody that's gone through the chemo radiation, you see them in their body, just basically they're killing their insides to try to kill this tumor. So that's where we're having unmatched success in catching things early with our program, because we scan our patients every year for 5 years. So if we catch anything between scans, it's going to be relatively early.
Yeah. What a game changer that is to help people that way. There's a lot in the news lately too. I mean, economic. Let's stick with economics first. I mean, there's a couple things happening, in the real estate space too. You've got the Pinellas County property appraiser. He has just passed. He's thrilled to share that it just passed. It was estimated ad valorem taxes passed unanimously this week. So in essence, when you go online, a lot of times buyers that are looking to buy real estate, they have the wrong idea in terms of what the taxes will be. So that was a big news. It's called the Transparency Bill. And then you also, going back to the property tax debate in the state of Florida, the Florida approves plan to eliminate homestead exemption, homestead property taxes, that is, rather. So the House approved it. It's going to go to the Senate now. And then hopefully the Senate will also vote for an approval, and we'll get it on the ballot. So that could be huge for Florida real estate, Florida retirees, first-time buyers, veterans, everybody that's kind of invested in their real estate.
Absolutely. Well, it's huge for the economy, period, because now you have money that you can spend on other things and generate revenues for other businesses. So, no, it's an awesome thing for sure.
Yeah, that'll be great to see. So hopefully we'll get that on the ballot. That'll be super, super news. I came across this too. It's funny how you have different studies where, eggs, for example. Oh, eggs are good. Eggs are bad. Don't eat the yolk. Right. Only eat the egg whites. This was an interesting study I just came about, and since we're on the topic of health, we'll play this clip.
An egg is literally a cognitive multivitamin. I mean, it contains a little bit of everything required to grow a brain. It's postmarked by nature. Here, this is what you need to grow a brain in an egg yolk, right?
Even if it's a chicken brain.
Even if it's a chicken brain. A study was just published that found that, all it takes is 1 to 2 eggs a week, and there was close to a 50% risk reduction for the development of Alzheimer's disease.
So talking about Alzheimer's with eggs, so you see these different studies. It's like, it reminds me of my statistics class back in school was, the stats, who paid for the study, where did the study come from, what's behind the study, where's it funded, and then you get into that scenario there.
There's so many options now. You see nutrition is changing now. The carnivore diet is the best way to go, they say. And before used to be don't eat red meat.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Argentina, so we're going to eat red meat, and I feel pretty good. So I don't know what those other studies were telling you not to eat the red meat. So if we don't eat red meat, we're going to be disowned. So that's the thing. It just, at the end of the day, it's putting healthy stuff in your body and natural. That's the thing, because a lot of times you can get a piece of meat that's been processed and has been garbage, then it's still not going to be good for you. Or you can eat the healthiest salad, but with a bunch of pesticides in that lettuce, and then it's not going to be good for you. So I just think it's, you have to be your own advocate on eating the proper food that's healthy for you.
Yeah. Especially nowadays. I just watched that documentary, part of it. I turned it off before it was over, but the Liver King, did you see that guy? Oh, he's all jacked up. He's definitely on steroids, but he amassed a major following on social media, and then he created a supplement line based on the ancestral diet and the core tenets, 9 tenets of ancestral. Come to find out, there was leaked email. Of course, all the other sports guy or fitness trainers are like, this guy's on steroids. He's lying. He went on Logan Paul's podcast, and when he's like, you lied to my face. So it ended up a leaked email came out where he's talking to somebody, a doctor or something or other, and he's taking like 11, some high dose. I forgot what it was, 11,000, whatever the dose was of like the baddest, growth hormone that you can get your hands on. And of course, he's all jacked up, and he's doing this thing where he's eating liver on the screen.
I've seen the videos. Yeah. He's overdosing on testosterone over here, and then telling us that it's all natural.
He's like eating, all kinds of testicles and livers and this and that, and he looks like a caveman because he's got the big old beard. But isn't it funny though? All these different fads in the world we live in now with social media, man. You see stuff online, and it's like, wow, what do you believe?
We're so many experts now. Everybody thinks because they post a video, they're an expert on a certain thing. At the end of the day, like I said, you got to educate yourself and obviously do what's best for your body. Everybody's body's different as well. We learned that. We learned that through our scan. We see so many people that look incredibly healthy, just like this guy that we were just talking about with the heart. We see patients coming in that are triathletes, super healthy. We scan them and they have something going on, and then you scan other people that look super unhealthy. You're like, okay, that's something has to be going on in their body, and they're perfectly fine. They just don't look the part. So at the end of the day, it's how you feel, and then obviously what you put in your body.
Yeah, it's like some of these country music singers and like a Willie Nelson or whatever, smoking, his whole life, drinking, a lot of these guys, and then, they're 90 years old, still with those same habits. Man, I'm doing pretty good, they say.
Why change, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
If you just joined us, we're talking with Martin Gramatica here, former Super Bowl winner, former Buccaneer, and current owner and partner of Clearview Imaging Center. And tell us, I noticed you were on this prime Raise the Flags, 50 years of the Buccaneers, and what was your best moments of that, or what was your key takeaways from that?
I just thought it was very well done, super professional. The director was a huge Bucs fan. I believe he was out of St. Peter, Clearwater. I can't remember exactly where he was from, but so he was a huge Bucs fan. So I think that helped it be even more. He got more in depth because he knew all of us. He was a fan of the team, so he got excited about interviewing us, which you could sense that from him. So I think that was it. And then so many things that I watched that I didn't know about the team, even at the time that I was playing. Because when you're playing, you're focused on your job. You're focused on what you're doing. I'm not in every meeting, so then guys would talk about certain meetings. The thing that broke your heart was how close Mike Allstott was from being paralyzed after getting hit one time, where he thought his body went limp. And we knew he had issues with his neck. He had the surgeries, but we didn't know it got to that extent. So now hearing him talk about it, him get emotional about it, just like, man, I can't believe he was that close. But it just shows you we had a great group of guys that loved football, loved to compete, and guys didn't want to miss a play. That's the thing. It's changed a little bit these days, where a lot of these kids are more individuals, where that was more of a team game, where we all had that common goal to win the Super Bowl, and everybody did whatever it took to do it.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting, man. And then you had mentioned too, you were focused on your job as the kicker. Because I mean, they have? What is it? Adam Sandler skit or something about the lonesome kicker, right? So is that your mindset? Like you're just blocking out everything else going on. You're just like, man, I'm going to focus on putting it through the uprights.
Well, that's the way you focus in a game. But as far as like the lonesome kicker's a funny song, but it's like I never felt that with my team because we had great teammates. We had great leaders. From Derek Brooks, Allstott, Sapp, Lynch. Those guys brought us in. So it wasn't like we were the outsiders just coming in to kick. And a lot of it, it's just the era had changed too. It went from guys used to kick and punt and then go play golf to guys that grew up in the soccer background like I did, where we want to be around the locker room. That's the fun part. Messing around with the guys, the jokes. So I never felt like an outsider, like the lonesome kicker, not on any team that I ever played for.
Right.
So that to me, but now come game day, you're locking in on your job. So I can't be focused on everything that's going on because I have to do my job. So you do focus specifically on what you have to do that day.
Couple of big kicks last year too. What's the new record? Wasn't there like a 70-yard kick?
Yeah, he the kid from Jacksonville hit a 70-yarder in the preseason, and they say, well, it doesn't count because it's not regular season. Then he kicks a 68-yarder in the regular season, which is a new NFL record now. So
nice.
Yeah, he's crushing the ball. He's a young player too that's killing the ball. So he's doing really well. The kid in Dallas hits the ball pretty well too. Aubrey, he's gone to 3 straight Pro Bowls, kicked 60-yarders like it's no big deal. So these guys are getting stronger and better than we were back in the day for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. All right, quick break, right back. More with Martin Gramatica here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Follow us online. Hey, we've had a couple videos go real viral, and if you follow us on IG, it's at Brandon Rimes 1. We got at CQB Show as well out there, Consumer Quarterback Show. Quick break, right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that We Buy Houses Cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894, consumerqb.com. We Buy Houses Cash and fast.
Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. brimes@kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. brimes@kw.com.
Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back, Consumer Quarterback Show. We've got Martin Gramatica in studio with us, the former Buccaneer and Super Bowl winner. We'll come right back to him here in just a moment. We'd like to feature our real estate listings on air and maximize the exposure for our sellers, helping our sellers sell faster for more money. That's one of our priorities here. 369 West Winds Drive in Palm Harbor. This one is a boaters community. Bring your boat, bring your jet skis, enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest here. You got a 322, 14 square feet, quarter-acre lot. This is Baywood Village, which is a boater-friendly community at 369 West Winds Drive, Palm Harbor, Florida. Great opportunity to own real estate right here in Tampa Bay. You got a renovated kitchen, stainless steel appliances, and no backyard neighbors as well. You got a beautiful conservation view back there, and you can bring your jet skis and your boat, back it right down into the community boat ramp, and you're off to the races for the day. You're out there fishing, catching some snook, some redfish, maybe some mangrove snapper. Great opportunity to buy real estate here in beautiful Tampa Bay. We got a bar for sale as well. We just reduced this price again, another $100,000. 5402 West US Highway 92 in Plant City. The Finish Line Saloon is for sale. This is a bar. You get the 4 COP license, 16 square feet, over a third, right at a third of an acre lot, 16 taps, ice machine, flat screens, TVs, on-site ATMs, jukebox, pool table. Website 5402 West US Highway 92 in Plant City, reduced down to $700,000 now. Great opportunity to buy real estate. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com, and you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors and link over to our YouTube channel at consumerqb.com.
This is God's country.
All right, Martin Gramatica, what else is topical right now, man? There's so much in the news. There's so much going on. You got Mexico, all kinds of stuff happening down there, man.
Yeah, it's
Craziness.
a scary time in this world, man. Yeah, but that's why I say we got to keep our kids close, keep them healthy, and show them the right way. That way, for their future, make sure they're good people.
That's right, man. Yeah, for sure. That's right.
That's my priority these days.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all about that, man. It's all about the family, teaching them the morals and values. And you got two boys going to USF now.
Yes, that's for us. It's invaluable for them to priceless. And we're so blessed that they're stayed home. And most kids at 18, they want to go as far away from their parents as possible just so they can go do their thing.
Yeah.
They're focused on playing at the next level. We'll see if it happens. But at the end of the day, the one thing I always tell them, I said, you have to work for it. And then when you look back at your career, whether you make it or not, you can't have any regrets of trying hard. I should have done this, done that.
That's right.
They're doing everything that they're supposed to do to make it to the next level.
Right.
At the end of the day, you don't know if you're going to make it or not, but as long as they do that. And then obviously great role models for their younger sister who's 14, and she's plays football and flag football and soccer, so she stays busy with sports. So we love that our kids love sports. My wife played tennis at USF, and I love sports, so it's nice to have kids that love our passion too.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It speaks a lot. It speaks volumes that they chose to stay close to home, man.
We'll see. Maybe they like mom's cooking. I don't know.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I've seen the boys out back with those big churrasco steaks and all that stuff too, man. They like that.
I said that's the best part about them staying home. I got somebody that can run the grill. I don't like doing it. So
me neither. I like, somebody else take it over, man.
Well, Santiago, was the one in charge when we were little, and now he taught Nico. So now, I never got a chance to do it because I never liked it. So I had Santiago doing it when we were younger.
Yeah.
Now he trained the boys really well, so they do a good job with it too. So
that's fun.
I can sit back, relax, and get some good food.
You guys still doing the sideline together the next year?
Yes. Oh yeah. Santiago's the play-by-play, and I do the. We're now on sideline now. He's doing the play-by-play.
All right. Yep. Sorry.
Yeah. So he's moved up to the play-by-play, and I do the color. But doing the Bucs games is awesome. He was a huge fan of the Bucs because I was playing, and then obviously my team. So it's nice to be able to cover that.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. To be just still be involved with it, with the organization, and the bilingual, of course, playing very heavily into your favor.
Well, the great thing is the Glacier family has always welcomed all the former players back.
Yeah.
So we never feel like outsiders. We're always doing events, getting around the community as former players, and they welcome us into the facility, the stadium. So that's just comes from the top. They want to keep us around, and which we're very grateful for that.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. Yeah, there's a great documentary. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Martin has a couple of speaking clips in that too. It's Prime. It's on Amazon Prime. Raise the Flags, 50 years for the Buccaneers success. So good stuff. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
I appreciate it, man. Anytime.
My pleasure. All right, coming up, Fred and Fred. We got the Fred and Fred show here coming up. We got Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum, our contractor extraordinaire. We have Fred DeFelice, Water Science U.S, our water quality expert, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Quick break, right back. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rimes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, always helping you in your real estate deals, buying, selling, investing, refinancing. I've got the latest real estate stats I'm going to go over with you here in just a moment. We'll talk with Fred Muth and Fred DeFelice about that as well here coming up on the program. Before we do, we always like to feature our real estate listings on air, and we feature all of our listings as a way to help maximize the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. This one is 10001 Waterworks Lane in Riverview, Florida. This one just hit the market. Gorgeous property here. It's a 1765 square feet, private, gated with 2 acres on the lake. You've got 1,765 square foot building, detached 2-car garage. The owner currently uses this space as offices for their firm, and it could be easily remodeled to the buyer's specifications for an office or a residential space. And there's room for expansion. Perfect for a business that maybe has a place where they want to park some trucks, some trailers out there, because you got 2 acres right on the lake here on Waterworks Lane in Riverview, Florida. Beautiful property right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Here's one at 15092 Southwest 14th Avenue in Ocala. Another listing that we've got here, owners motivated for a parcel of land. This is 2285, just under quarter-acre lot. This is in Summer Glen in Ocala. This one's on Southwest 14th Avenue Road, Ocala, Florida. Open concept, natural lighting, 9-foot ceiling, screen lanai, overlooking the golf course. Perfect for relaxation and a great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You got newer roof, HVAC as well. HOA includes RV or boat storage at no extra cost, resort-style amenities. 15092 Southwest 14th Avenue Road, Ocala, Florida. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see all of our radio and TV show expert contributors, their contact information, and link over to our YouTube channel at our website at consumerqb.com. That's right. Yep. Shout out to our veterans out there, and also welcome back in Fred Muth, Fred DeFelice. Welcome in, sir.
Well, thank you so much, Fred Muth here, Tampa Screens.
Good to see you.
20 years we go back at least. He was my client. He still talks to me.
Yeah, I like that. How did that happen, Fred?
That's pretty.
Well, they just do great work.
Yeah.
He's taking care of my brother-in-law and a few other friends.
Yeah, very nice. You know, it was cold this morning. Did you notice?
Oh, sorry?
It was cold this morning. Did you notice? I thought I was back in the Poconos.
Oh, my God.
Then I had a glass of water. And I knew I was in Florida.
That's right.
That's what got you in the business, right?
The difference in the Florida. Stay on the mics. So, Fred, looking up at north, too, man, there's a lot of just really crazy winter storms happening. Power outages, things out there, man. What do you
Well,
you miss the snow at all?
I call my brother, I call my friends, and I tell them, I say, oh, my gosh, it hit 38 down here the other day. And they'd hang up on me. I tell them, my refrigerator can't get as cold as your neighborhood. But it's tough. It's really tough. But the thing is, when I was a kid, way back when Freddie was a kid, it snowed like that constantly. And we used to dig tunnels through it. I'd go to my neighbor next door through a tunnel. Because it was 3 to 4 feet of snow way back.
It was a fun time,
and then it just subsided, over many years, and now it's all coming back. So, everything goes in cycles.
Right. Yeah, the cycles, exactly. It's not the green new scam. It's not a thing. the global warming. First they had to change it. Now it's a moving target, right? When they got to change the years every 5-10 years. Right. The global warming and the global. Then they said, no, it's not just warming, it's climate change because the winters are colder, so how can it be warming? So they had to change their tune.
You know what I say? Go with it. Just, roll with it. You got to.
Well, the problem is they want to do a carbon tax based on that. I don't know if you heard this one. Here's a clip. I want to play this clip here because I actually played this on yesterday's show, but, in Australia, they're tracking your spending on your credit card based on your carbon print.
There's credit cards, they were issued in Australia, that track your carbon footprint. At the moment, you're still allowed to spend on whatever you want at the moment. And once you're fully trackable, well, then you know what'll happen. You know exactly what'll happen. You'll be nudged in whatever direction benefits the power-mad Luciferians.
Yeah. Power-mad Luciferians, Dr. Jordan Peterson said. So he said they're tracking your spending on your credit cards, and if you're spending too much money in a carbon-heavy environment, then it's going to be a problem for you.
I don't want to comment.
It's nonsense.
I think you know how I feel.
It's nonsense.
It's insane.
Let's talk about business because the economy is really booming right now. You look at the latest job numbers. I have them right here. Headline jobs numbers strong. The jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics showed 130,000 jobs, added more than double the 55,000 expected. And the unemployment rate edged down from 4.4% to 4.3%. And you got to remember, that's on top of all these jobs, these government jobs that were cut, all the bloated bureaucracy of Washington, D.C., the swamp. So, anyways, what are you seeing in business? How's business going? I'll start with Fred Muth, and I'll ask Fred.
It's not as on fire as it was a year ago, and that I don't believe that has to do with the economy. I believe it has to do with the housing market. Tampa Screens and Aluminum, a patio pool enclosure contractor. We ride the coattails of your industry, real estate, and real estate is pricing is starting to stabilize, in my opinion. It's coming back to where it should be. I think it was extremely inflated. The COVID years, this and that and the other. Numbers were very high on properties. Now they're coming back to where they should be. So I think it was you were telling me there was more agents and listings in the state of Florida 2 weeks ago or something?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, the agent count actually has come down, though. So maybe, because what happens is when the market slows, the agents, they're not making money, so they go back to being a bartender, hairstylist, personal trainer.
Exactly, Yeah, so I'm comfortable with the amount of leads that are coming through right now. I'm very comfortable. We can control it. We still have crews that are working every day, daily. We're not sure where prices are going to go. Are they going to go up, go down? As far as material prices, it's an unknown at this point because this whole tariff situation has affected everything. But I have a different opinion about tariffs that a lot of other people do. I think that the guy that's running the show, Donald Trump, I think a tariff is just a negotiating tool for the man.
Right.
And that's the way I see it. So where the prices will be, we'll find out in 4 or 5 months or 4 or 5 weeks in some cases. We're going to find out. I'd love to see the aluminum come down. We'd sell more. And I do have people that have said to me, I can't do that right now. It's out of my budget. And I say, well, okay, if you can't do it now, call me back in 2 months. Let's see where we're at.
Yeah,
and
let's see what happens.
We'll relook at it because if we can get our materials for a lesser price, we're going to offer the job for a lesser price.
Well, hopefully the tariffs force the onshoring and we make them here, and then it'll be less of a fee. There's no shipping cost on that. Fred, same question to you, man. How's your business going? What are you seeing? What's your prospects?
I'm just amazed at all the new home construction, new communities being built in Pasco County mostly. But I mean, they're tremendous.
Yeah.
And you ride through the empty lots and you see sold signs on them. So I don't know. I guess people are just coming here to Florida with money, but the people that live here are struggling. We have people that really want to do something for themselves as far as their water and things like that. They just don't have it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we do have no interest financing and things like that available. But it's just getting the word out to them so they understand,
Yeah, and when on that point too, the people that by the way, Fred DeFelice, his no salt whole house water purification systems are just amazing. We have one on our home, so I can tell you from firsthand experience. And by the way, what's in your drinking water? Well, you got chloramines, you got microplastics, you got pharmaceutical drugs. By the way, the number one drug is Viagra. I learned that. That's in the water from Fred DeFelice. So
keep drinking, guys.
Yeah, there you go. Fred, so Fred, I think at some point it becomes a priority, to cut out maybe, Netflix or Starbucks, whatever else it is, right, to get that system and stop buying the plastic stuff from the stores. You're carrying those big old heavy things around and lugging them into your car, into your garage, into your home. You got these purification systems. What does it come out to, about $1 a day, something like that?
Oh, it's amazing the amount of money. I know families spending over $100,000 buying bottled water.
Wow.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing in the world.
Wait, $100,000 on bottled water?
Yeah.
What? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you got the chemicals in there, all the negative stuff. And then, at some point, a lot of states have said, hey, look, we're going to have to be forced to, and who knows, maybe it happens to Florida at some point. All places are going to be utilizing that recycled water that we don't want to say on the air, the dirty stuff, right?
Sure.
Toilet to tap.
Yeah,
right?
Toilet to tap. I mean, how far away are we from that? I mean, could that be a possibility?
If you go on TampaBay.com, TampaBayWater.com, you can see all the stuff, all the things they're predicting.
Yeah.
We've been preaching about this for 20 years. I've met with township supervisors and Swift Mud and people like that. They didn't want to hear what I was telling them.
Yeah.
But 6 states have already put a ban on water softeners because of the amount of water they waste.
Yeah.
And plus the fact that they pollute the environment.
Yeah.
So
water softeners are old technology, folks. If you're buying water softeners, you're buying a new build construction, and they try to sell you a water softener. Say, why are you selling me this? This is an old technology. This is garbage. It doesn't do anything to the chemical composition of the water, so other than make it lather better on your soap, so you can wash. But essentially, am I right, Fred? I mean, you're the water quality expert. It does nothing to filter out the bad stuff. Matter of fact, it takes some of the good stuff out, doesn't it?
All it does is take out the good minerals.
Yeah, the minerals.
That's about the minerals seem to make the water hard.
Yeah.
But they're good. Magnesium, calcium, and a few others.
Right.
You don't want to take that out of the water. You want to keep it.
Yeah.
Basically, our water is naturally alkaline. And people are, they're aware there's either acidic or alkaline.
Right.
If you just take out the garbage in the water, now you have great alkaline water.
And that's what your system does, a no-salt, whole-house water purification systems.
Absolutely.
From Fred DeFelice, waterscience.us, waterscience.us. And Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum. Talk about your latest product, because you've got the panorama views now that are just gorgeous.
Yeah, Panoview and OpenView are such an upgrade. And, I mean, it's not been around for more than, I'm going to take a wild guess, probably 12 years or so that the engineering was approved, where we can span these things. You can span them up to 50 feet. I don't like selling a job with a 50-foot span because I know that the metal moves. The metal expands and contracts significantly. So when I sell a job, if they want open view, I try to limit the open view to about 25 feet. And that way I know that if your cage is 50 feet across the back, so you get one post in it. Or I'll build it with a picture window. In other words, I'll do a 25 in the middle and two 12.5s on each side. That's a nice look.
There you go.
But it's stronger. People don't realize that the aluminum expands and contracts significantly, especially in the summertime. The darker aluminum might hit 120 degrees in the sunlight. And it's moving constantly, so you don't want it to move too much, whereas it can damage the fabric in some cases or create wrinkles in the fabric. So I try to limit it, to the span that I just mentioned. And we can even go up to 12 foot high on the walls with that open view.
That's beautiful.
And a lot of people, they'll say, I want to convert mine to panoramic view. Well, a conversion typically isn't going to happen. You're going to have to replace the entire cage.
Yeah. Might as well tear it down, rebuild.
Yeah, right. Tear it down, because everything changes when you start changing the walls out like that.
Yeah.
And they're expensive. They're not cheap. I mean, people say, well, there's less metal. Well, no, there isn't less metal. Pound for pound, there's more metal because it's much thicker metal on the beams and the uprights. And it's a different fabric. They have to use what's called a poly fabric because it stretches. It's AKA super screen. It stretches much like a rubber band. When they roll it in, they stretch it in, and when the metal moves, you don't get the wrinkles in it, and the metal can move and not tear the fabric. So it's a nice product. I'll get 20, 30 calls in a month's time regarding I want a pool cage and I want the open view or pano.
Yeah.
And I call open view versus pano because pano would be on a rectangle would be all three sides. That's panoramic. Whereas open view, which is the majority of the deals, go in with open view with just the rear wall opened up. The backdrop for the property is on a golf course or a pond or whatever.
Yep.
Opens it up really nice.
Yeah, it sure does. Adds value to the home from a real estate perspective.
No doubt.
I can tell you're adding value to that property, and it's a great opportunity to do that, and to also, if it comes down to your home and the other one, all things else, the same, all other, the same. You're going to buy the home that has the in between space.
That's right. The two cookie cutters, the one with the in between space is going to get the sale.
That's right.
No doubt.
Other interesting news here as well. Florida has the highest foreclosures in the country right now, based on late 2025 and early 26 data. Florida consistently ranks the nation for foreclosure rates, driven by surging insurance premiums, high property taxes, and increased HOAs. As of January 26, 1 in every 2,067 housing units in Florida within major metro areas like Lakeland, Tampa, and Orlando leading the surge. So, I don't know. I see this in the mainstream media, but then I start thinking, okay, surging insurance premiums. Well, we've had Danny, our insurance expert contributor. That's why I think, when you tune in to shows like this, you're getting advanced knowledge. You're getting insider information versus some of these. This one's out of Fox 13, Tampa Bay. Probably a little bit of old data here. I don't see it surging insurance premium. Matter of fact, we see the opposite of that. We see DeSantis coming out saying, hey, certain policy, I think it was 8.7% decreasing across the state. Now, HOA fees, those can increase, especially when you see them towing cars out of people's driveways. Like that.
You broke my heart on that one.
They got 1 million views. That what was that? A Buick Grand National?
Grand National.
Yeah.
That's a high-ticket car.
That's a high-ticket car.
That's very sad.
So now they get sued. The HOA fees go up. Condos on the beaches, that could be problematic. And then high taxes, yes, we agree. And that's why Florida Doge in the state of Florida, they've uncovered almost $2 billion of wasteful spending, excessive spending, maybe even some fraud in there. And that's where hopefully we're going to get it passed through the Senate now, because it's already passed the House. We got to go through the Senate, and then we get it on the ballot, and we got to vote yes, or however they're going to promote that, because it could be a double negative. You got to be careful for those bills too. Hopefully they word it easily so people can understand what it means. We want to vote to eliminate property taxes on homesteaded properties. Homesteaded property taxes. We should not have to pay unrealized gains year after year with a one-way ratchet in the state of Florida. And luckily, Governor DeSantis and CFO Blaise Ngolia are leading that charge. So we got to take a quick break, and then we'll talk more with Fred Muth, Tampa Screens and Aluminum in studio here, as well as Fred DeFelice, Water Science U.S, two of our absolute best expert contributors on the program today. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify, or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, online at DavidReynoldsJewelryandCoin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show. Fred Muth, Fred DeFelice in studio with me, and we are going to talk a little bit about the real estate market here coming up. We'd like to feature our listings on air. I got 6374 Boatyard Drive in Hudson, Florida. This one is waterfront, right on the Gulf of America. This is a waterfront lot. Build your dream home right on the open water views of the Gulf. 0.37 acres. You have the largest waterfront building lots in the area. 176 feet of brand new concrete seawall, boat ramp, recently redone. And it's a great opportunity. You have your own boat ramp right there. Beautiful property to build your dream home right here. And you're close to Hudson Beach. You got a short golf cart ride or boat ride away. Lots of shopping, medical facilities as well. 6374 Boatyard Drive, Hudson, Florida. Another one of our beautiful real estate listings from the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. 3314 Fernleaf Drive, Hernando. This one's Hernando Beach. Another vacant lot. We've got a 0.20 acre R2. This is open. You have offering access to open Gulf waters. No HOA, no CDD or deed restrictions. Solid seawall in place, about 80 feet with a permanent dock that can accommodate 2 boats. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. This one's Fernleaf Drive, Hernando Beach. There you go. 2 vacant lots up north. You get a little more bang for your buck up there. Owners are motivated. Make an offer. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And you can see our radio and TV show experts at consumerqb.com.
Buy dirt, find one you can't live without.
That's right. Buy some dirt. You get a pretty good deal these days. All right, so let's look at the Pinellas County latest inventory, latest stats. This is straight from the MLS board. This is I'm just going to hit a couple of these buckets here, but this is monthly market overview, detached residences. So new listings are down January 25 to January 26. Listings are down about 17%, coming in at 1,193. Closed units are down also 16.5%. At 585. Now this is Pinellas County,
right.
And then you have the median sales price in Pinellas, $440,000. That's up 1.1%. And then you have also the days on market, 66 days are up. That's 43%. They're up. And so when you think about that, we were kind of mentioning that earlier. I think some people are leaving Pinellas. They're saying, "Hey, it's too dense. I'm going to go up north, buy more in Pasco, Citrus, Hernando, get a little bit more bang for my buck up there." Right?
Sure. No doubt about it. As a matter of fact, we had a meeting in the office the other day about targeting up in that area. We do a lot up there, but further up, right now the Highway 54 was typically the line. Now we want to go further up towards Dade City, up that way. It's all being developed, and to me, it's beautiful country up there. You get some rolling hills.
Yeah, it really is.
It's
right around the corner. You got the rolling hills, the horse country. Final thought, Fred DeFelice.
Well, we want to offer to your listeners, we want to help you get rid of your old water softener, so we're offering a trade-in on that, and then an additional 10%. So call me, 727-804-4562.
All right, give them a call. You can check them online, waterscience.us. Final thought, Fred Muth.
Anytime you bid any type of project at your house, make sure that you ask more questions than you want to ask, because if something goes unresolved before the job commences, it becomes a big problem on the back end. A big surprise on the back end in the construction industry is not a good idea. Keep it simple doesn't work, in my opinion, for the construction sales. You have to be on target and you have to explain everything. Sometimes I repeat myself twice. Sometimes I repeat myself twice, every now and then. But what I do, I like to get the point across, and I really welcome the questions. You know, if I miss something and the homeowner is proactive and asks me the question and we cover it, that does a great job on eliminating a surprise on the back end.
Yeah,
nothing
exactly.
worse.
That's the best way to do it, man.
Yeah.
You got to let your customers know that you care about them. You're there if they have any additional questions, and over-explain the scenario. You never want that, under promise and over deliver.
Absolutely.
You always want that. All right, thanks for coming in, fellas. Appreciate it. Another great show. We had Martine Gramatica on the front end, Fred Muth, Fred DeFelice. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. See you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.